what would Parroting 101 look like? In other words, if there was a class designed to teach people how to have a parrot so that when they got the parrot, they were better ready, that was grammatical, and they were therefore less likely to have a tough time, less likely to ever want to rehome, and more likely to never surrender their parrot and just have like a real companion. Like, what would that class have? Hi, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bliss Bond. Please be sure to get your copy on Amazon. It should be available now, I gotta check, not only in hardback, but also as an ebook. And it will give you your piercing. It'll give you your handbook so that you know everything that you need to know to provide a quality life for your parrot so that you can then have quantities of bliss. Maybe it would be your Parenting 101, I hope. But someone was saying that basically it should be illegal for, or there should be like, you should have to get a license to have a parrot so that you know how to like take care of your parrot, that kind of thing. And I was like, you know what a great topic. Actually, my mentor mentioned some time ago to me that in Germany, there's this parrot store, right? Exotic bird store. And they require that you take this class before they will sell you a parrot. And they have found that the people that they sell parrots to keep their parrots. They're happy, their parrot's happy. It sounds fantastic. I actually asked, you know, oh, can you get a copy of that class? Can I see what it says? But he's like, well, it's in German. I'm like, oh, well. And now I'm like, maybe I should have gotten it anyway. Maybe Google Translate could have helped me. But it did bring up the topic, you know, because I think licensing someone licensed to have a parrot, you know, I kind of don't like that because then things become subjective. If someone's good at taking a test, they can get a parrot. And it doesn't mean that they have like a good heart. It doesn't mean that they're really well intended. I don't know. Whereas one thing about sort of like a free market is when you find a parrot like Ursulus, my Mexican red-headed, or green cheek, or red-crowned Amazon, then you get them because like you want to have them and hopefully, you know, you're gonna put the time in and that kind of thing. But what if you could have a class that would teach you what a parrot is like? There's my African cape. I think she's taking it easy for now. You know, what would that class entail? So this is a different video because I'm gonna tell you 3 things I think the class would entail, and I just got a text from my mentor, so I wanna see what he said. But I wanna know what you think the class would entail. Based on you and your experience with your parrot, what would you say? Like if someone was writing a class, not that I'm writing a class, but like if someone was writing a class and they said to you, what would you put in it? Based on your experience, what would you put in it? What do you think is important that people would need to know to like learn how to parent, how to be a parrot's parent? You have to say that carefully, otherwise it gets jumbled. So the 3 things that I would start with and that I think that are important and imperative for that parenting class. Number 1, I think you'd have to understand that you're probably undergoing a significant lifestyle change. Very similar to when you have children, you have a baby, and you're probably not gonna, I hope, be out at a bar or at a club and traveling the world. Like you're probably gonna be home changing diapers, like, you know. The lifestyle's gonna change. Of course, not as drastically as a baby, but close. Not as consuming, but you know, with a parrot, you have to make fresh vegetables every day, you have to clean their cage, you have to change the water, you have to make sure their food's good, you have to spend time with them. You may, you know, depending on your school of thought, you have to train them or like something, you have to watch them. You know how when people have babies, they baby-proof the house. You have to not only parrot-proof your house, but then like watch them because it's not like you're gonna put away all the electrical cords and cover all the outlets. You probably need still some things to be plugged in, kind of thing. So anyway, so kind of a funny topic. Okay, Number 2, I would say, I wrote myself notes today, you have to understand their needs. And I guess I kind of covered that in the first one, right? In other words, they have unique needs in the sense that people already know that if they're going to get a dog, they have to walk the dog every day. Not that I think everyone does, but you should, right? I mean, if you have a dog, that's a part of having a dog. What are the unique needs of a parrot? You have to play with them every day. You have to give them the fresh vegetables, like understanding the needs. Then, number 3, I think that the most important need that they have, which is kind of hard to say because I'm like, food and UV and UV light are really up there too, but it's the need for companionship, because this is a super social animal. So if you're gonna have a parrot, I think you really have to have 2 of a species. At least, like, that's kind of like, I think, a good rule of thumb, a good way to go about it, because this is an animal that is similar to your dog. Your dog would be in a pack, but the pack, I don't know if they're like, I'm not a pack dog person. I'm a citizen person. So like, I literally don't know as much with dogs. I don't know if they're with each other all the time, but parrots are like with each other all the time. They preen each other's heads. They feed each other. They call each other. Like, one thing the parrots are known for is their squawking. And that means sometimes they're loud, squawk, they're calling each other. They are so loud because they call each other at great distances. They're just, it's like they have an invisible cord that's constantly connecting them, and when the cord gets long, they get loud. Not to say that they aren't loud even when they are together, but you know something? Actually, Tico, my yellow-naped, and when I had Binks, when Binks was around, they were both quiet. And when Binks was not around, like if Binks came to me and I went up the stairs or something, if Binks was out of Tico's view, he would call him, and it's like, sound the alarm because my parrot is missing. That's exactly what Tico would be like. So, understanding that need for companionship, because we as humans probably aren't going to be with our parrots 24/7 the way that they expect a companion to be. So those are the things that I would put in a class. At least that's where I would start, and then I would elaborate on those things. I totally want to hear what you would put in a class, how you would elaborate. I think we just did your nails. My goodness. But, tell me what you would put in your class. Do your trick. Do your beep, beep, beep. He only does tricks for a dog. Come on. Okay, how about around the world? My parrots are so embarrassing. On camera, they do nothing. If you're familiar with my channel, you've heard me say that 100 times. All right, it's starting to rain, so I guess I'm going to have to make this a wrap. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the videos, because I'm trying to monetize and bring you more videos kind of thing. Thank you for the kiss, the beak kiss. If you have any questions about parrots, please be sure to comment below, or join our flock at Parrot Bliss Flock on the Facebook group. And get your TINK'S must-have oil on parrotbliss.com. I will catch you next time when it stops raining. The gods have not stopped crying about Binks. Catch you next time.